Like many events, the Glass City Marathon was a casualty of the coronavirus pandemic. But instead of canceling the race altogether, the marathon organizers adapted. As Alex Wilcox explains, like many of us, they've gone virtual.
Since 1971, the Glass City Marathon has been a staple here in Northwest Ohio. Thousands come out to run the three races: the 5K, the half marathon, and the marathon. Each race ends with a run through the Glass Bowl, with cheering family members, friends, and fans lining the route. This time, though, the finish line looked a little different.
We did it!
Like all other sporting events, this year's Glass City Marathon was drastically altered by the coronavirus pandemic. But instead of canceling, the race went to a format now familiar to all of us: virtual work.
The day that we had to make the decision, is probably the most difficult in the career of being a race director, to make that decision. In hindsight is 2020. I think the longer this goes out, it's very obvious that we made the right decision.
With the race going virtual, runners from across the country ran the race on their own time and on their own course.
It was like a normal Saturday run because we run every Saturday together. So we just had our little conversations, our little chit chat. We catch up on the week and talk about like what we did during the week for work and any other life updates. And it was just kind of like a typical Saturday run.
Admittedly, there were parts that were tough for both racers and organizers alike.
Our performance day, is one day a year, that we take 12 to 18 months to plan for. So there's a lot of things that we have to do behind the scenes. So it's very anticlimactic for me to sit at home this weekend and just kind of watch everybody do their virtual race.
I will say like mile 8 to 11 are the worst, because once you get to 11, you're like, okay, I only have 2 miles left. But 8 through 11, you kind of rely on the atmosphere, like looking for signs, trying to find different people if you're actually running the route. So those couple miles, I would say I struggled a little bit, just because you don't have that same adrenaline rush.
But all agreed, the journey, whether 3.1, 13.1, or 26.2, was worth it.
In the end, you still are running 13.1 miles, and it still feels really cool to be able to do that. So, I mean, we were pumped just the same when we were finished, and we took all of our pictures just like you would, and our boomerangs and all those good things.
It's a good day to kind of sit back and kind of reflect on what is a marathon or half marathon, 5K or relay, this particular event that we put together really mean to people, and why would they do this, right? So if you kind of reflect on why do people run, a lot of it is for their own self-motivation. They're trying to overcome some adversity. They're trying to better themselves, and it's their own self-satisfaction of participating. So to have the actual accomplishment of running the distance, getting the time, and then posting it and saying, hey, I did it, it was pretty rewarding and very positive.